So Trey Hendrickson finally got the bag. Terry McLaurin got paid by the Commanders, and Jakobi Meyers requested a trade from the Raiders. That is everything and all the big news that happened today in the NFL. We're breaking it down tonight here on the podcast. While you're here, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, do your thing. We're gearing up for a fantastic NFL season, and the support so far has been incredible, and it's only going up from here. So go ahead, do your thing. I appreciate it as always. And without further ado, let's get things started with the new Trey Hendrickson contract. Listen, this franchise never fails to amaze me. The Bengals drive me crazy, and I'm sure that front office drives that fan base wild. Trey Hendrickson got paid a 1-year contract worth $30 million. Let me get this straight. Hendrickson waited for months on a 1-year deal. This front office took months to formulate a 1-year deal for a star pass rusher. For real? Like, is this a movie? Are we serious? In my opinion, when I look at the contract, this is an all-in, win-now contract for the Bengals. But the Bengals are far from winning a championship. Like, far from winning a championship. I'm questioning if they're even making the playoffs this year. Never mind the Super Bowl. And then I ask, what is different about the Bengals now that they have Trey Hendrickson locked up for another year? Absolutely nothing. What changes for the Bengals now that they signed Hendrickson for this season? Nothing. They've had Burrow, Chase, Higgins, and Hendrickson all on the same roster before, and it has failed year after year. The Bengals are now paying 4 players over 50% of their salary cap. That just sounds like a disaster. And honestly, it is. And the worst part about this Hendrickson deal, and I'm happy he got paid. He deserved the money. Back-to-back years of 17.5 sacks. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Give him the bag. But at some point, you got to give up on a $30, $40 million contract and focus on the future. Build for the future. This is not sustainable. And what the Bengals did drives me crazy. The Bengals pushed off the tough contract negotiations and the trade talks until next season, when it will resurface again and we'll go through this process once again. That drives me crazy. And I'm sure it drives this franchise crazy. And sure, it's great they got Trey Hendrickson back for this season. But at the end of the day, what does it mean? It only means you have to deal with this issue next year because you're not winning a Super Bowl and you're probably not even making the playoffs with the state of that defense and that offensive line. Even with Trey Hendrickson there, the defense still stinks and the O-line is still up in the air. So good for Trey Hendrickson. He got his bag. But there is no contract certainty for the future. It's a 1-year deal. And the Bengals will have to revisit this once again once the season is over. For them, probably early January. Because they're not making the playoffs. At least in my opinion. Now, Terry McLaurin got his bag. I absolutely love it. I gotta say, I'm a big Terry McLaurin fan. I love his game. I love his attitude. I love the way he approaches things. Very humble, always consistent, never complaining, except for these past few weeks, but I think it's well-deserved. He got his bag, $32 million per year over 3 seasons for Terry McLaurin. That's $96 million total over the 3 years. McLaurin got his bag, and it is well-deserved. I don't care what anyone says. He's coming off a career year where he scored 13 touchdowns, second most by receivers in the NFL. I could listen to an argument that it was slightly an overpay. You could say that for sure. It might slightly be an overpay. He's turning 30 this year, which isn't ideal, but every penny he's been paid is well-deserved. And I'm happy that the Commanders realized he deserved his bag, he deserved his money. He bought into this franchise for the past, 5-6 years. Give him the contract he deserves. It's not a 4-year deal. It's a 3-year contract, which takes him to 33 years old. And it gives the Commanders an opportunity to go out and contend and possibly win a Super Bowl this season. Because you got to realize, the Commanders have a big playoff window for success with Jaden Daniels' youth and rookie contract. McLaurin was a big piece to that puzzle. And for the next 3 years, they got a clear shot at the Super Bowl through the NFC. It's going to be tough. Philly's good. Vikings are good. Detroit's still good. Lots of very good teams on the come up in the NFC. But this was a crucial move for this franchise to lock down a number one receiver for your franchise quarterback. And you bring in Debo, who's a good supplementary weapon. That's great. But shout out Washington's front office. They realized the impact Terry has on this team, on this culture. He built this thing up. He was really their first star there, who's stuck with it all the way through the carousel of quarterbacks, and now he landed a generational guy, and he's rocking with it. I loved the move. I thought Terry McLaurin deserved every single damn penny he's earning now. You know, and realistically, it's his last big contract of his career. We don't really see receivers last to the age of 36, 37, 38, playing at a high level. Usually your prime is your late 20s, arguably early 30s. But, you know, it's not crazy to say he'll probably taper off soon. The last year of the contract might underperform his dollars just a little bit, but that's fine, right? Wide receiver ones like Terry, a guy that's humble, shows up every single day, ready to work, never anything negative said about him. You got to get guys like those nailed down for your team, for your franchise. It's crucial, and I love it. Great move by Washington to extend Terry McLaurin and push for a Super Bowl this season. I'm looking forward to it. They are definitely a threat. And talking receivers, Jakobi Meyers just requested a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders. This was kind of out of the blue. You know, I wasn't really keeping up with the Raiders and the Meyers situation too much, to be honest with you. So it was a little bit of a shock, at least for me. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in Las Vegas and how bad that relationship really is. But he's coming off a career year, right? Jakobi Meyers coming off a career year with 87 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 4 touchdowns. First of all, and let me make this very clear, go draft Brock Bowers in all of your fantasy leagues, especially if you're in PPR. I know they just brought in Amari Cooper. That's cool. He'll be great. They're reuniting. Fantastic. Brock Bowers will eat. He will be fed until he's stuffed in that offense. Go get him for your fantasy teams. Secondly, the Patriots need to go after Jakobi Meyers. Pick up the phone and reunite a breakout wide receiver with your franchise quarterback. Meyers played really well for the Patriots in 2021 and 2022. And they could use a receiver alongside Diggs. Diggs is 31 years old, 32 years old this year, coming off a torn ACL. Nothing's guaranteed there. I talked to Rob, who runs a Patriots account, earlier this week about that offense. It is still stale, right? There are still questions, for sure. Adding Jakobi Meyers could be a huge improvement for an offense that has been super stale these past 5 years, let's say. And they've already made big improvements. Got Will Campbell. They're upgrading the O-line. Trey Hendrickson. Lots of speed. Lots of power in the backfield. Stephon Diggs, like I mentioned. And they got some security blankets too. Mac Hollins. Pop Douglas. Again, we don't know what he'll be. Rob even told me. Could be great. We don't know, though, right? A lot of what ifs. Now, going after Jakobi Meyers, it wouldn't cure the offense, but it's slowly becoming something competitive and something great. And I think it's the right move. If I'm Robert Kraft, if I'm Mike Vrabel, I'm listening to the trade rumors, and I'm going after Jakobi Meyers immediately. because that's a plug-and-play impact player that can go for 1,000 yards on your offense in the first season back. He had a great year last year with Vegas, and I watched a lot of his training clips all offseason long with the Sideline Hustle, a well-known receiver trainer that's done great work with pretty much the entire Giants receiving core this offseason and a lot of guys, a handful of guys. And Jakobi Meyers looks great. Looked great last year in the season, great offseason. I think he's in for an even bigger year than he had last year. Patriots got to go get him. He would be a game changer for this offense. That wraps up tonight's episode again. Thank you so much for tuning in, for rocking with me this offseason. NFL regular season. Week 1 is a week away. Let's get pumped up, man. I'm so excited to kick back, watch football for half the year. And I'm blessed. I take those Thursday night football games when it's Browns-Titans for granted. Not this year, man. Not this year. I'm so excited to watch every single second of football. Let's get it. So happy to be back. Hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.